Good morning. Another Monday morning. We're heading off to another wonderful week. Well, we hope we are. Let's see if we can find a little bit of motivation to make sure that we do have a wonderful week. And one of the things that I like to ask my clients, and so I ask you, are you playing it safe or are you striving to shine? And what's the difference between the two? Well, the difference between the two is essentially having a go, identifying something that you want and going after it, finding a better way to do whatever it is that you do, and heading off to see whether or not it'll work. And not just having a go to see if it'll work, but making it work. Very often it's easy to say, well, I had a go and it didn't work, which means, of course, that you don't have to try. And too often we just do that because we don't want to put ourselves out there. Well, if you put yourself out there, it just might work. And if you put yourself out there again, it might work again. And it's funny how these things become habits. You know, we can make a habit of not trying. We can make a habit of just letting things happen to us rather than creating the opportunity for things to happen for us. So we can play it safe by hiding behind it doesn't work, or we might even shine by trying and having a go and doing all that you can and letting it turn for you, not against you. And of course, that takes the idea of setting up a direction. And sometimes that's a bit difficult to figure out. But if you sit down and think about what inspires you and what it is that you'd like to achieve, you can probably find direction fairly readily. And then you need the discipline to actually go after it. And in order to create discipline, you need a certain level of determination. So let's have a look at it. We can get out there and shine, which, funny thing about shining, it attracts people's attention to you. And when they see that you're there and that you're doing something that they might like, they generally get on board. And all of a sudden it's easier. So we can do what we've done before for long periods of time and had difficulty with, or we can strive for a better way. And in striving for that better way, we can find a better way. And it's funny how those little things turn into habits. And at the end of the day, it's all about habits, because if we're doing what we've always done, and the rest of that story goes, of course, if we always do what we've always done, we'll always get what we've always got. The question is, are you happy with that? Yeah, if you are, that's a habit that you're going to stay with. But if you're not, create a new habit. Create a new habit to deliver what it is that you really, really want, and have a go. So this week, let's try for a few things that perhaps we haven't tried ever, or perhaps we haven't tried for a long time. Perhaps we've allowed ourselves to slip off whatever it was that we were inspired to do in the first place. And remember that, you know, inspired to do is not just a momentary thing. If we're inspired to do something, let's just stay inspired, because it makes it far easier than trying to motivate yourself every day with something that you don't necessarily feel inspired to do. Let's get inspired, go out and shine, and just see what it attracts to us. More often than not, you're going to find that it's all good. It's all going to work. Have a great week, and I'll see you Monday.